In today's video, we're going to be cooking the Mission A-Corn-Plished burger from season 1, episode 3 of Bob's Burgers, titled Sacred Cow.
You can't have a cow on the sidewalk, it's dangerous.
Sir, the only thing dangerous about this cow is how adorable it is.
Another video, another burger of the day. You know I'm always a dork, but today we're getting extra corny with a corn salsa burger. There's really not a lot of ingredients, so I think we should be able to wrap this one up pretty fast. So let's just go ahead and get out the ingredients, get started, so that we can whip up this delicious burger.
Are you number 100,000?
Let's gather up the ingredients like an absolute freak and sling them down, starting with the fresh corn. It is summer after all, baby. Some ripe tomatoes, half of a yellow onion, a nice head of Boston lettuce or arugula, good blend of ground beef, Queso Fresco or French feta, good quality buns, some taco seasoning, I'm not sure which is the best, I'll be honest, and it's all brought to you by the Burger Book. Let's kick off this recipe by shucking some corn. Let's see if all those days of doing Pilates has finally paid off. I think the results speak for themselves. The real challenge is getting all the corn silk removed when it's so sticky. First corn in the summer. I'm pretty excited to make this corn salsa. I think it's going to be a banger per usual. So let's introduce it to some hot boiling water so that we can slice off the kernels with a knife later on and use that to make our corn salsa. Time to take a bath. Over to the cauldron we go to salt this water up. We want it as salty as the ocean minus a good bit and brought up to a rolling boil. The corn is looking gorgeous and ready to start cooking. Throw it in, but don't touch the scalding hot water.
Wow.
Can I touch it?
I want to touch it too.
I want to feel it between my toes.
5 to 6 minutes should get the kernels the perfect consistency. The corn cooked for about 5 minutes. It's steaming hot. I need to let this cool before I try to cut into it. So in the meantime, I'm going to slice up some onions and then dice up some tomatoes. And then we'll have everything pretty much prepped for our corn salsa. It wouldn't be a cooking video without a nice montage of slicing and dicing up our veggies. So here I go, starting with the onion. I'm a YouTube shill, what can I say? And I'm bringing you down with me.
And you made us a part of it. You make me sick.
Continuing on with our ripe tomatoes, I started thinking about summer in general, and how weird it is as an adult. It's funny how my feelings towards it have changed so much over the years. When I was younger, it was the best, because it meant a solid break from school, but now that I work full time, it kinda sucks. There isn't any grand holidays during the summer months, and where I live, the humidity can make things sort of miserable. It's probably on the same level as winter, except winter at least has Christmas. I think we can all agree that autumn is clearly the best. I mean, if you know me, you know Halloween is my jam. I love that spooky stuff.
Yeah. Okie dokie.
As much as I just roasted summer, I will admit it has some great things going for it, including corn on the cob, watermelon, bonfires, and being able to swim in lakes and pools. With that said, let's get things cooking. In a small saucepan, I'm going to melt some butter and get our onions cooking to soften them up and become translucent. Stir them consistently to make sure they don't dry out too fast. When they do start to soften, we can add in our corn and get everything mixed around. I'm loving how it's looking, and things are going great.
This could be huge for us.
Let's get some seasoning in here with a simple combo of pepper and salt. After the corn starts to brown, we can add in our tomatoes, and at this point, we just need to continue mixing everything around to get it heated up. With it done cooking, we can move on to prepping our meat.
Yeah, go take a meat bath or whatever it is you people do.
It's meat time. You're just going to want 1 patty per burger, but since I have a thumbnail to consider, I went big and bold with a 2 patty design, separating the ground beef into somewhat equal balls. And I held nothing back seasoning these meaty spheres, keeping things mostly the same as usual with one twist. This is where the taco seasoning comes into play. Would you just look at that? Gorgeous perfection if I do say so myself.
Ah, Bobby, I'm friggin' starving.
This corn salsa burger is arguably on the home stretch, but we still have a little cheese prep to do before we actually cook our patty. We need a decent sized slice, but this was too large, so I am carefully cutting out a patty sized slice. But even that slice is too thick, since we want this to melt on top, which might prove somewhat difficult. Now let's cook these patties up right. If your pan is retaining the proper amount of heat, you should be met with a nice sizzle filling the room. The taco seasoning should help generate a nice crust when you go to flip the burgers. Things are getting pretty cinematic.
What a movie! Bob, what a movie!
This is turning out exactly how we want it. Now that we have flipped, we can get our cheese involved. Heat from the patty isn't enough, so we need to make a tent so that the steam can help melt our cheese. That's looking really good, and I'm getting really hungry.
I'm hungry for blood and also candy.
The last thing to do is get our buns out and then toast them up. Alright, let's build our burger.
Okay, eat while it's hot.
Start with our bottom bun, follow that up with some crisp lettuce, bring in our juicy patties, spread some corn salsa all over, and then complete it with our top bun. Fantastic work, everyone.
Oh, burger. You're cute.
So there we have it. The burger's done. It's a little bit messy. It's falling all over the place. I mean, corn's kind of hard to keep on a burger, to be honest with you. But it smells and looks fantastic, so I'm gonna take a bite and I'll tell you how it tastes. Oh man, pray for me. It tastes just the way it looks. It's really, really good. The taco seasoning combined with the sweetness from the onions and tomatoes and just the creaminess from the cheese mixed with the saltiness of the burger. Just a fantastic burger. It could probably benefit from some sort of sauce, maybe even like a chipotle mayo, something like that. But overall, it's still really, really good. So with that said, it's review time. I'm going to give this one
Okay, enough. Gene.
a 8.5 out of 10. Not as high a score as the last couple, but it's still really solid and I highly recommend it still. So another burger done. I'm gonna chow down. Thanks for watching. Thanks for feasting with me today, and please subscribe if you liked what you saw.